Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here back with another legacy video. Today I'm playing a really sweet deck that I faced off against a little while back. Basically, I was paired up in a league. I was playing Doomsday, and I was paired up against AnziD, whom I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, know who is. Amazing legacy sort of stalwart and streamer. And we played. It was some fun matches or some fun games, and I figured out that Anzi was streaming. So the next day, I went and checked out the VOD on Twitch, and I just thought this deck looked really sweet. I think maybe Anzi got the list from someone, but I don't know whom. So yeah, I apologize in advance that I'm not attributing the creator. So this is an I suppose, yeah, what would you call it? A Dark Bant uh, Beanstalk deck. So it's basically Bant Beanstalk, but with Psychic Frog. And I think that's pretty sweet, just on the face of it. I think these are some of the best cards that there are in Legacy. I think Uro is still a pretty amazing creature. I think Up the Beanstalk, obviously, is great. This is a sort of a tempo deck that plays 4 days on top of the 4 Force of Will, and then we play a couple of Wastelands. And there's even a Stifle in here, which I think is really sweet. Not that many Up the Beanstalk enablers, aside from Leyline Binding and Force of Will. We have basically just like one Lorn Revealed and one Murktide Regent. So excited to see how that goes. Because we're currently, as of recording, in the midst of the lame duck grief format, there are two Nihil spell bombs. At worst, this cycles. It probably has enough application all round that it's okay to have. But I don't know if leagues are the correct place to be trying that out, because I don't know how. I think like there is an underrepresentation of Scaminator in leagues as opposed to like premier events, but I kept them in. I only made one change to the main deck, and that was that I changed the 9th fetch land for an Undercity Sewers. And yeah, basically, like, this only has Underground Sea as its only black source, and then Xander's Lounge as well. So only 2 black sources. I know we only have the 4 frogs, but we also have Leyline Binding, so we want we want to be able to cast this for 4 or for like 1 or 2 mana. And obviously Xander's Lounge helps with that, but that's only 1 land. So I decided I wanted, plus I wanted a second Surveil land, and it was either this or Meticulous Archive. Honestly, like a lot of the time, I would imagine you might want Scrubland or the Surveil equivalent of Scrubland, but we are also a Daze deck. Oh yeah, no, I made one more change. I changed, what's it called? Mystic Sanctuary for a basic island, because I'm a coward and I want to be able to have 2 ways with a Blood Moon in play to get basic island and like start resolving spells. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Although come to think of it, I'm not really sure how much like a basic island is going to help me against the resolved Blood Moon, because I can't remove it. So maybe that doesn't make as much sense as I thought. But anyways, in the sideboard, we have like the 3rd Wasteland that was in the list that I saw. A couple of Blue Blasts, a couple of Consign to Memory. Since I don't have Mystic Sanctuary, I've decided to play 2 instead of 1 of this. Wrath of the Skies. Really excited to try this. It's sort of like quote unquote fixed. What do you call it? Or not fixed. I wouldn't even say that. But it's like it's white Pernicious Deed, but as sorcery. So you pay white and X, and then the really cool thing about this is they have templated it to not mention non-land. So that's sort of an old way of doing it. So it just mentions that you destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment. So that includes artifact and enchantment lands. So this will kill an Urza Saga and will kill like a Great Furnace or a Seat of the Synod and whatnot. So like pretty clutch against like Urza Saga decks, and just interesting in general. Yeah, and I think that's probably it for the deck tech. I'm gonna jump into a league that I already started. I played the first round, and I faced off against Moonstompy Goblins type deck, and I won. So we're currently 1-0, and let's jump into round number 2. On the play for round number 2, let's go. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I think I'm going to keep, and then I'm gonna go Tundra into Nihil Spellbomb. I don't have the black mana source to like also draw a card with Spellbomb, but I can, like right now, if something, if I can pull the lever and just exile my opponent's graveyard. But okay, and there's a tropical island. Now, if I draw a black source, I can play Frog, or I could play Up the Beanstalk. But I think I would honestly rather like ponder and develop my mana right now to be sure that I hit a third land. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna draw the daze, so now we can daze something if we need to. And then I'm gonna draw a land next turn. It's not black, so that's unfortunate. But we can at least next turn play Up the Beanstalk. Okay, Volcanic Island. Like, Tropical Island, Volcanic Island, not a single play made. Makes me think it's Rhinos. But I mean, we'll see. I think I'm not unreasonably set up to play against Rhinos if it is Rhinos, because we have like 2 removal spells in hand. But let's see. Another Spellbomb is really awkward, but yeah, is what it is. Misty Rainforest. It could also be Sneak and Show, of course, but I would just expect cantrips on the first couple of turns. So I am expecting probably like a Violent Outburst, or maybe like an Ice in my upkeep here. I don't get that. I get a second Beanstalk. I guess I'll play that. I keep leaving up white mana for my Plow. I'll have to draw a land here, ideally a fetch land. Yeah, they're pausing right now for this draw because they have Violent Outburst. I'm almost certain of it. Oh, okay, never mind. They didn't play it, and I drew Force of Will. So that's really good. I'm going to draw 2 cards when I cast this Force of Will. And I wonder if I'm supposed to use Daze here. If it is okay, they surveil something in. If it is Rhinos, they're going to have the full suite of Spirit Guides. So I think I probably pitch Daze, but let's see. Show and Tell. Okay. So now I think I want to Force of Will pitching Frog. No, hang on. Maybe this, like, Force of Will is going to be good whenever I cast it. Daze might only be good right now, so I'm going to Daze. Let's see. Show and Tell sometimes plays Spirit Guide, so we could see that. Okay, they force pitching Omniscience. So I'm going to force the Show and Tell pitching the Psychic Frog. Let's see if they have a second force. They have just done nothing, so they have a second force. Okay. So I mean, even that, I have Leyline Binding, so they would need, like, I think best case scenario for them, they have an Atraxa and get the trigger. I mean, best scenario, they have what do you call it? Like Omniscience and Cunning Wish, but I don't think people are playing that right now. Draw second Leyline Binding. I'm really pleased about that because I want to have a Leyline Binding to draw some more cards initially or eventually. So, and they exiled another Show and Tell, but Omniscience, so that's pretty good. All right, let's show in this Leyline Binding. And what do you have? You have Atraxa. Atraxa is going to get Leyline bound, and then they get to do the thing where they reveal 10 cards. So let's see what they get. The One Ring, Daze, Sneak Attack, Omniscience or Sneak Attack, and I'm guessing they'll put in a ring. Okay, so let's see here. They chose Sneak Attack and Ponder and City of Traders and Daze and the One Ring. So no Scalding Tarn, no Lotus Petal. They did choose one of the Dazes, the Lotus Petal. So they chose Ponder, the One Ring, Sneak Attack, City of Traders, not Omniscience, and then Daze. All right, So their hand is these 5 cards plus 2 I don't know about. All right, cool. They will likely cast or try to resolve the One Ring next turn, and then when they go to tap it, we can Leyline Bind, and they won't draw. Okay, drawing another land there is a little bit sort of not great. Okay, I will. So we have green and white and blue. I think if I fetch Xander's Lounge, that will give us black and red, so we can Leyline Bind the ring. Hopefully they don't also have countermeasures here. They've expended 2 Force of Wills, but if they have something like a Spell Pierce, that would be kind of crippling. One ring. Okay, so that resolves. And they become invulnerable. And now they ponder. That's fine. I mean, this gives them a chance to find Force of Will number 3. So I could have cast the Leyline Binding in response, but I want them to not draw a card with the ring. So I don't know if that's correct. Maybe that's not correct, because the random 1 draw is like less chance of them finding Force, and I'm already going to be up so many cards because of my Beanstalks. Okay, they choose not to activate ring. That's really interesting. In that case, no, I guess I'm just gonna not do anything here, because if I fetch, then they can use the ring and I can't Leyline Bind with the fetch land activation on the stack. Okay, let's just not make a play here. A little bit uncomfortable with this. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right, Xander's Lounge. And then we pay a white mana. Draw 2 cards off of Beanstalk. I even draw Daze in case they had the Force. And I draw Force of Will. Wow, that's really good. Okay, so Ring is exiled. So there's no burden counter to put on it. So you draw a card for each burden counter on it. That number is 0. They draw 0. Okay, they have Sneak Attack. We will have to fight over that. Because we're out of Leyline Bindings for the time being. Here we go. Sneak Attack. I say Force of Will, pitch Daze. I draw some cards. There's a Brainstorm. That's really nice. An Uro. Yes, please. Sneak Attack is countered. I think I will Brainstorm end of turn here. Get rid of at least the Spell Bomb, and then maybe Plow or one of the lands. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the Spell Bomb and the Sewers, because Sewers is what I want to fetch here to get the Surveil. So I am sort of out of defensive measures here. Let's put a Plow in the graveyard. I've used 2 of my 4 Force of Wills, but I have drawn 5 more cards than the opponent. I draw the Spell Bomb. Get out of here. All right, I would like to draw a Frog, wouldn't I? I'm gonna Brainstorm again. Third Force of Will is pretty big. Let's get rid of a Plow and Spell Bomb. Now I could cast Uro here. I think I'm supposed to do that. So I'm gonna fetch Tropical Island here, I think. I already have one of those in my hand though. It doesn't matter. And let's cast Uro and leave up Xander's Lounge. I mean, that means that I don't have Plow up. But I think that's okay. If I need to Plow something, it can wait until my turn. Hopefully. Okay, and I'll put in Tropical Island. And I will pass. And I think I will, if nothing happens, I'm going to exile their graveyard and draw a card at the end of turn. Okay. What's this? Another Sneak Attack, maybe? Yeah. Let's exile this or cast this Exiling Daze. Oh, they have Veil of Summer. Shit. Well, I might just lose now. I would need to draw. I draw Leyline Binding, but I have no white mana, so. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Sniff, sniff. Okay. Do you have the Emrakul? I guess I have so many permanents here, maybe I can even survive. I'll be at 2. Okay. Annihilator 6. So let's see here. What do I need? I need Savannah and Xander's Lounge to have all 5 colors. So I can lose Tundra 1, Sewers 2, Trop, that's 3 and 4, Spellbomb is 5, and one of the bindings. So let's try that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, what a punt. I mean, I could have Leyline bound this Emrakul, but, and I guess I will use this trigger to draw a card. Okay. We draw another up to Beanstalk. That'll be good for eventually. So their Emrakul is sacrificed, and I am kind of low on lands now. I have an Underground Sea and a Tundra to fetch, and then I need to hit my 1 of Life from the Loam. But let's start with Leyline Binding on this sneak attack. Still get to draw 1 card, so that's nice. Man, these Leyline Bindings must be so annoying to play against this Show and Tell deck. They have a Force. I have a Daze. They pitched a Daze, so question is if they have another Daze, but I guess that doesn't matter because I can pay for it. Wow, the turn 8 Daze coming in clutch. Draw a card. It's seriously, I feel like I've drawn so many spell bombs here. Okay, so that's exiled. I am going to actually Island Cycle with the mana I have floating here and grab Underground Sea probably. I also have a Hedge Maze and a basic island, yeah. Alright, cool. We're somehow still alive. They're at 16, I'm at 2. Okay, so ponder away. Can't stop ya. How much is gone here? 1 Show and Tell. Oh yeah, because they shuffled all their shit in with the Emrakul. They shuffle on the ponder and they pass the turn, so that's pretty good. But I'm down to like 1, 2, 3. I'm down to 1 Force of Will. I think I need to cast a ponder here. I need Force of Will and I need the Frog. Lands could have been good, but I think I have to shuffle this. Hedge Maze anyways, okay. Alright, please don't wreck me here. I feel like I am pretty vulnerable right now in a losing position. I draw lots of lands. Is this where I just bite the bullet and tap in Xander's Lounge? And then like play a Beanstalk? Or would I rather have access to Brainstorm mana? I think I'm going to play the Beanstalk. Maybe that's just dumb. I mean, I'm at 22 cards in the deck. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I might end up decking. That would be quite the the ironic way to go out after having survived an Annihilator. Okay. Come on, Frog or Murktide? I think with Loam, I can stop myself from decking. I just can't. So in my last 17 cards, are all 4 Psychic Frogs? Oh wait, hang on. I have Uro. What am I even talking about? Yeah, well done. Forgot about the Uro. Okay, let's put away fetch land or Spellbomb and Hedge Maze, and I'll cycle the Hedge Maze, I think. Ugh, I mean, Well, I mean, I'm not gonna. If I had Force of Will, I wasn't gonna use it on Ponder anyways. So they shuffle, okay, and pass. Wow, this has been quite the first game. Okay, I'm gonna get Hitch Maze. I'm at 1 now, but I'm gonna gain some life soon off of Uro. Let's put a Flooded Strand into the graveyard. I know I am like getting closer to decking, but yeah, we do have the loam somewhere. Look at all these embarrassing sources of plowshares. Okay, I'm gonna maybe play a wasteland here, and then I can play the second wasteland if I should feel like it. So green, green, blue, blue, and then we exile some but not all lands. There we go. Let's see if they probably have Force of Will here or some other counterspell. Yeah, a force. Okay. So they have what, 5, 6 lands. So wasting them doesn't maybe seem to make a lot of sense. In which case I should have played a blue land instead. I had this idea that I would get Uro in and then like double wasteland them, which might make like for a significant difference here, but that's not what happened. Another Leyline Binding, so that's nice. Problem is I can't leave up white and escape Uro. Let's say here, green, blue, blue, green, and let's get rid of Force of Will, Brainstorm, Misty Rainforest, up the Beanstalk, and the Hill Spellbomb. See if they have another force. They don't. Okay, Uro is in. Gain some life. Oh, I draw the 4th Force of Will. That was good. I guess I will. Like, I'll wasteland their green. I'll wasteland their thundering, whatever it's called, Surveyland. This does limit them somewhat. Okay, but now I need to worry about decking, Force of Will. Okay, they concede. Sweet. Wow, crazy. I've used up more than half of my clock, or just about half of my clock. Yeah, okay. So sideboarding wise, is it good enough to counter what's her name? Atraxa trigger? I don't think so. I think Hydroblasts are pretty good. Damping Sphere, it fucks up their soul lands, but it also means that I can't play like as a combo player. I think this still might be worth it for us. And Veil of Summer seems good, and 1 or 2 carpets would seem reasonable. And I also think I probably have a lot that I need to cut. So let's see. I think I can pretty safely cut the plows. And I think I can pretty safely cut the spell bombs. And that's kind of an even trade here. Is there anything else that seems criminal to have in play? Where the 3rd carpet would be worth it? They sometimes Sneak and Show decks play Magus of the Moon or Blood Moon, but they're on 3 colors, so that would kind of surprise me. Obviously, the ley lines are great. Could they have a creature pivot where I'd be sad to have no plowshares? I think I'm going to try this. If it was against Doomsday, I think I would be happy to bring in all 3 carpets, but the fact that they might have a basic mountain in there, and they probably have stuff like well, they have the soul lands, so they can easily never really play an island until their combo turn. This would have been good with 1 land, but I'm gonna mulligan this. Let's keep this, and I think let's bottom the Murktide, although that did end up making me sad that I never found it in the other game. Okay, Thundering Falls. Okay. They throw away Lotus Petal. I'm going to jam the carpet here and just hope that my Leyline Binding is going to save me from a turn 2 show and tell, which I am going to go ahead and assume is the worst that's going to come out of them. Let's fetch maybe the correct fetch here would be Savannah, because then the next fetch land can get Sanders Lounge, but I want to at least make them have to worry about days. Okay, that's in. I'm going to make a blue mana. Always yield, yep. I'm going to make a blue mana and cast my Ponder to use the mana here, the extra little free Lotus Petal. Yeah, this seems good. All of these cards are great. So I want to draw probably, oh man. I think actually the card that I'm not going to draw is the Brainstorm. Okay. Maybe with Carpet, I don't need to fetch next turn, then we can draw all 3 cards, but we'll see. Is it go time? Soul Land go? No. They have a Carpet. Sure. You have a Ponder. I'm not really sure. I think maybe I don't fetch so that I don't give them two mana next turn off of their Carpet. Let's maybe make blue mana here. And let's cast up the Beanstalk. I think I'm supposed to play out a land here to play around Spell Pierce. Because we draw the Brainstorm. And do we cast it? Yeah, I guess we cast it. We have the mana. Let's get rid of Sanders Lounge and Underground Sea. We'll keep hold of Stifle. Okay, we'll pass. Could be I'm supposed to Leyline Bind this Carpet eventually. I might just do that. But it's not yet. Vexing Bauble. It shuts off my Force of Wills, but okay. I mean, it's not like I can do anything about it right now anyways. I have a land. They fetch, so I have a lot of lands next, or a lot of mana next turn. If this is show and tell, I'm just gonna have to hope my Leyline Binding is good enough. Yep, let's try it. Okay, there's an Atraxa. I'm gonna stifle that. Let's kill the Atraxa. And there's nothing they can do here, I would imagine, because they have a bauble, so even if they had Force of Will. Okay, so let's get an under Ground Sea. No, let's get Tundra, and then we can still get Sanders Lounge with so Leyline Binding happens. Now there's a trigger. I'm gonna stifle that. But yeah, we can get Xander's Lounge next turn to still have 1 mana Leyline Binding. Alright, cool. There is Uro. Let's make some green mana, I guess. And let's fetch the Sanders Lounge. Let's cast Leyline Binding on their Carpet. Maybe I'm supposed to keep Leyline Binding in my hand. Oops, and let's cast the Uro. And maybe I was supposed to make blue mana. I'm not maximizing here. We draw a card. It's a Brainstorm that we could have cast for the floating blue mana. Yep. Okay. Let's pass and hope they don't. Their last 2 cards aren't like Show and Tell plus Emrakul or whatever. Cash in their Bauble. Defense Grid. Okay. So my Carpet now is pretty good at playing around Defense Grid. Let's use this and make blue mana. And I would love to find a land here. The wrong kind of land though. No, I think I'll just make Murktide. No. Now, which is it here? Like, I can't Hydroblast next turn, so I'm gonna be stuck on. Yeah. Okay. So what I really would like is a land, but then I'm still not casting Hydroblast next turn if I cast the Frog. Let's actually just go for the. Let's shuffle these. I've decided. I'm gonna shuffle these. Get a Leyline Binding. Let's cast another. Now let's just cast the Frog. We cast the Frog. And let's cast Brainstorm anyways, yeah. Another Carpet, and ooh, there's Life from the Loam. So many good things. So let's put back Carpet and Life from the Loam. And let's mill Life from the Loam here. And we pass. I think maybe I'm supposed to put Hydroblast in the place of Carpet to just play the Carpet. Mags of the Mueno. Yeah. I'll kill that next turn with Hydroblast if I care. And Fury. Oh shucks. Okay. Well, I guess Fury kills my Frog. I can only make it a 4 in the butt. So that's fine. Frog is dead. I'll kill Magus next turn, trigger Carpet second main, and play Uro. And be happy. I will not dredge here. Oh, wait, no. What am I even saying? I forgot. That's not how this works. They have 0 islands. Boo! Ah, there I was all smug like. Okay, I guess I'm actually in a little bit of trouble here. I need to find my Lorien Revealed or my basic island. So it's like 1 in 19. So I am losing right now. And I'll cancel that. I'll make blue and pass. Oh man, what a punt. And now I'm like super low on the clock anyways. Is there a way to always cancel here? No. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this match because I have 2 time sinks in Carpet Flowers and Life from the Loam in my graveyard, which are just draining my clock. It's that, or actually, you know what? I'm gonna concede right now. Yeah. Try and see if I can win in 5 or in 6 minutes. Wow. Okay, so they do have Magus of the Moon. I would not have drawn anything useful, so maybe that's fine. Okay, do we want like a Dismember then? I think so. I think I probably cut the Stifle, although it was really cool right there. But yeah, let's try this. Alright, have to try and be fast here, which is really tricky because I'm on my laptop. I don't have my normal mouse, but I'm going to keep these. They mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5. Wow, okay. Alright, let's play a land, pass, and I will end of turn. End of turn, I will fetch a what do you call it? A Surveil land. I'll fetch Undercity Sewers, I think. Ponder, shuffles. Okay. I need to get like instants and sorceries in my graveyard to grow the Murktide. Damping Sphere. No, let's put that in the graveyard. Okay, there's a Ponder. Let's get that going. And these are good. I kind of want all of these. Let's pass. If they go Mags of the Moon now, I'm just gonna hate myself. I didn't leave. I sort of got a little. Everything got a bit hectic, and I forgot that I really wanted to play around that by like fetching Basic Island. Okay. Ancient Tomb, so no shuffle. Is this defense grid? Vexing Bauble, okay. Alright, I'm gonna cast Brainstorm right now, and then next turn I'm gonna play either Frog or Murktide. I think probably Frog. Let's put away Life from the Loam and Xander's Lounge, yeah. Let's cast this. Yep, and we'll pass. I might be supposed to ponder there. Show and tell. Okay. Show and tell happens if they have sneak attack and a big fatty. Okay. So Atrax is gone. And what do they have? There's an Emrakul. So they next turn they can go sneak attack and then get us. I think I'm supposed to not play around the Magus of the Moon. Okay, that was Atraxa they picked. So Atraxa, Sneak Attack, Ponder, and Veil of Summer. So they can Veil of Summer off of a green land, and then their Force of Wills work. Okay, let's fetch here, get Hedge Maze. I'd really love to find like Hydroblast. A Leyline Binding also is pretty good. Let's draw that. Okay, and let's attack with the Frog, and I will discard the Sanders Lounge, and I'll discard the Ponder. So we draw. Here we draw a card. Wasteland. Yeah. Wish I hadn't played a land. Alright, let's cast this Murktide. And then I will, there we go. I will Leyline Bind probably the Atraxa in response to the trigger. They lead with Veil here. Oh, Show and Tell. Huh. So, this is probably the Sneak Attack. I'm going to let this resolve and put in the Wasteland. Okay. Let's fetch and get a Tundra. There's Atraxa. Problem is I can't actually deal them 9. Let's cast this in response. They need to Veil and have Force of Will as well. This Force of Will wasn't put in the hand. And I mean, if they find Lotus Petal and then like second fatty, it is what it is. They find no Lotus Petal. And they find an Emrakul, but so maybe they have a Lotus Petal in their hand. I kind of lost track of the cards they have, and even if not, they can tap to draw a card with the Bauble or Ponder looking for Lotus Petal. So the game comes down to Lotus Petal or bust, I think, because they made their land drop. They shuffle. I have 9 power and they're at 9 life. Yay, we got there! Wow. Oof, not sure how pretty that was, but at least we got there. Cool beans. Let's meet up for round number 3. All right, on the draw for round number 3. I'm gonna keep this hand. It has a little bit of everything, but in somewhat unspectacular fashion. Okay, we're up against an Island Ponder Go. Clearly a Bosch and Roll fan. Think I want to probably just play Flooded Strand Go, depending on what I draw here. A Ponder would probably be the only thing that would change that. Oh, it's Grief. Grieferino. Yeah, so Grief can take Frog, and then they can like they pitch to Animate Dead, so they can cast Reanimate next turn, or they can take Force of Will and then do the same thing. But then I think they would rather have my Frog. But then again, I also have Plow. I don't know. So they took my Plow. Okay. Oakley dokley. We draw an Uro. My boy. Alright, so if they animate or reanimate their Grief here, I think we probably just have to let that happen. And they probably take Force of Will or Psychic Frog. That would be the only two. Those are the only two cards that make any sense. But I drew a second blue card here for the Force. Okay, they take Force of Will. Oh no, 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 no. Oh shoot, I clicked through, I think. Computer is working. I wanted to fetch... Okay, no, I made it. Alright, I'm gonna fetch out what should I get? Undercity Sewers or Hedge Maze? Probably the Sewers. Brainstorm. I guess I'll take a Brainstorm here. And I think I just go go here. I don't want to play into Daze. They have 3 cards in hand. They could have Bowmasters, which would be really annoying. Okay, so one of their cards was a Troll. So if they can animate that, then that's a pretty hefty clock. But I have like 7 white removal spells left in the deck that I could try and get. Animate Dead on the Troll. I think I Brainstorm in response here. If I find Force of Will, maybe I will entertain that. I don't. I find Stifle. So let's put back Loam and probably Ponder, although it could be Daze. I'm playing into this Daze by casting Stifle. Yeah, I think probably Ponder is going to be better. Okay, so I will get Tundra here. We'll see. And then Animate Dead is on the stack. It targets the Troll. Now it's into play. Now we can Stifle. Let's see how bad it's going to be looking for us. They had the Daze. Yep. Kind of figured. So they're going to have a 5-5 and a 3-2. So it's a 2-turn clock. Or rather, now it's going to be a 2-turn clock from now. And Uro can change that equation. I think I'm going to Ponder here. And then, maybe I should have played okay, we have Leyline Binding, sweet. Okay, I'm going to put Leyline Binding on the bottom here. And so it doesn't get griefed. And then I'm going to play up the Beanstalk. And I'm just going to really hope they don't have another Daze. Because then suddenly it's kind of looking a little bit iffy. Okay, Uro is just, or rather Beanstalk is just in. So their last card, they now have 2 lands. They have an island and an Undercity Sewers. And whatever they draw for turn, they play the Sewers. Really hate to see something like a Traxa or something going to the graveyard. Okay, Force of Will. Okay, I take 8. I'm down to 7. And I think probably I lead with maybe I get Xander's Lounge here. How am I set up for colors? Yeah, this should be pretty good. So let's cast the Leyline Binding and tap this. We draw a card. It's a Wasteland. So let's get the Troll here. So Troll is gone, and we We cast the frog, I think. See if they drew exactly days. They did not. Okay, so now we really need Uro to start gaining some life here because we're going to be at 3 momentarily. Okay, they still have, one of their cards is still the basic island they picked up with the days. I can't block. So if they can counter this Uro coming in, it's looking kind of bad for me. Oh, we find plowshares though. Beautiful. Okay, I think I'm gonna attack with the frog. I think I'm actually gonna discard. I'm actually gonna discard Uro, and then I'm gonna discard Wasteland. Because they have so many lands over there, I don't think that's gonna be an axis I win on. And I immediately draw days, which is also not great. Okay, let's see here. Green, green, blue, blue, and we try and escape Uro. Let's get rid of some lands here, maybe not the Wasteland, and some instants and sorceries. Though maybe save some if we draw a Murktide. Okay. We have an Uro, and now we have Force of Will. Lovely. So now I think we just win this game. He said very cockily and probably immediately lost. No, I think, yeah, they concede. Like, I think once this deck has an Uro resolved against it, and all it has on this board is a Grief, it's looking kind of tough. They then need to go over the top with Atraxa or Archon. Okay, so let's bring in the Fairy Macabre. Let's bring in the Veil of Summer. Let's bring in the Carpets of Flowers. Do we want something like Damping Sphere? Probably not. So we want these 5. And I don't know what to board out. We saw Stifle having text there. Maybe it's enough for them to know they have to play around it. I think I probably need to keep in Force of Will, although that might be a mistake. Uro seems great. Don't really want to board out any lands, although Wasteland could be a thing. Do I board out a couple of Dazes on the draw here? But then again, Daze is kind of good versus them usually because they don't have that many lands. Yeah. I think I want all my white removal, and I think I cut down on the counter magic bit of the deck. Let's try this. It's funny, like, it's always been that way. I think when you play the blue-white XXX, whatever, sort of control-ish mid-range deck versus a tempo deck, is like you get put under immense pressure initially, and then eventually you sort of get through that, and then the scales tip immensely in your favor, or you just lose. And we just saw that. I was like one turn away, one combat step away from having lost here. All right. I am okay here with Lauren revealed as my second land drop. Although I'm not sure which land to get. If I had a land in the graveyard, I would be getting Life from the Loam. Okay. But seeing as that's not possible, let's Island Cycle though, and then figure it out. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll get like Undercity Sewers, because I don't want to play Frog in today's, if that makes sense. Okay. Uro is in hand where it's not tremendously useful. And the problem is they might have boarded in Surgical to hit Uro, and if I put in Swords to Plowshares on the I think I have to put this in the graveyard, but they might just get it and then take my plows, which would be incredibly unfortunate. I suppose at that point I can Fairy Macabre the Plow out of the graveyard. And I think Surgical then fizzles. Yeah, no cantrips, no more lands. This is not good. I think maybe I should have gone for Life from the Loam, just targeting nothing and getting that to be able to mill 3 cards and hopefully hit lands. But either case, I'm kind of vulnerable to a Wasteland there. Brainstorm, they shuffle, they cycle the Troll. Okay. Well, I can Macabre the Troll, which is nice. Harbinger of the Sea, Bing Bang Boom. I think I just lose that. I guess Murktide is a play I could make, but let's see. Ooh, 3 islands. Yeah, I think I just lose to that. I guess I need to bring in Dismember. So what am I drawing towards here? Murktide, which I can't cast. Grief. I think I'm going to concede here. Not show them the fairy. And I'm going to bring in... I am going to bring in the Dismember. Maybe another Daze on the play. And maybe I don't really want to do Life from the Loam and Wasteland, so let's cut that. Yeah, if I'm doing that, maybe I'm supposed to cut the second Wasteland too. But then I'm at 19 lands, which feels a little bit short. All right, let's hope for a good one. I guess if I can resolve Carpta Flowers, then I'm just laughing all the way to the proverbial bank versus that thing, the Harbinger. So I'm gonna try and resolve Carpet here, and I'm gonna fight over it if I have to. And get Tropical Island. If they have Force, I would imagine they would fight over it. Okay, always yield and no. So Carpet is always funny. They're disincentivized from fetching, but then if they have like a good turn 1 play, it's probably worth it. There's a big pause right now, which makes me think they have Grief, and we're just like trying to figure out which card to pitch. Yep, Grief it is. They can fetch Basic Swamp for the Reanimate, and I think if that's what they're doing, they're going to take Force and then get Basic Swamp, and then, oh, no, they're just passing. Cool. Draw Uro here. Let's cast a Brainstorm and hope not to get Brainstorm gimped, which unfortunately we are. Okay, I'm going to hide Plow and Beanstalk, maybe? I don't know. Oh, this is so gross. If they can at all function with no islands in play, they absolutely should go for that. I think Plow is the most sort of sacred card right now. I'm going to put away Plow and... yeah, I guess Plow and Beanstalk. So, if I'm them and I see my opponent not like missing their land drop here, I am really very, very excited to not ever put an island into play if I can. But I don't know if they can function on just the basic swamp. That would pretty much, like, ideally for them, if they can go like Entomb, untap, reanimate on like a target without ever fetching an island, that would be great. And well, they are getting the basic swamp, and they have the Entomb. Oh gosh. Okay, and there's the Atraxa, and there's Marsh Flats. So probably Animate Dead. Well, at least we have mana, but I probably just lose this Atraxa trigger. What did they reveal? There's a Force of Will, and Psychic Frogs, and Griefs. So they can only pick one of the creatures. Okay, so they choose Animate Dead, and Force of Will, and Grief, and... okay, so no Ponder. No Psychic Frog. 1 Grief, 1 Reanimate, and that's it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Grief me. They pitched a Troll, so I know 4 of their cards, and if one of the 2 unknowns is a blue card, they can just, like, Force of Will. They take the carpet. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So I guess I will. Yeah, so the thing is, I really don't want to draw the plow right now because they can just grief it out of my hand next turn. So I think I'm going to make black and cast a Psychic Frog. And let's see if they fight over that. They probably don't because, like, Atraxa has Vigilance, so it's not like I can, like, attack into the Atraxa. I expect to get griefed now. They can, if they have a land, which they do, right? They can grief me twice. Okay, there's grief number 1. That was the reanimate. They take Murktide, sure. Okay, they play a land that I didn't know about. Second grief. What do you take? So still 2 unknown cards in hand, unfortunately. And this deck does run somewhat low on blue cards, but I would still expect them to probably have the answer for the plow. I have to make white mana, unfortunately. Let's see. And they had the plow or the force, yeah. And I'm dead because they have. Well, I don't know. I suppose I could chump with the frog and then just take 6. But then what's my plan? I basically must draw. I must draw white removal for the Atraxa. I take 6, I go to 7. Let's say I draw, I actually draw a plow. I take 6, I go to 7. Then I have no creature. It's their turn. I take 6, go to 1. Yeah, I'm probably not winning that with 2 griefs in play, unfortunately. But I will just play it out. But they had a pretty swell opening that I just wasn't able to compete against. Okay, let's get rid of carpet, flooded strand, up the beanstalk. Oh, and they have a psychic frog. Okay, that's GG's. That's the points of damage that I'm gonna die to, no matter what happens here, I think. Oh, what a bummer. Okay, let's go for round number 4. Okay, on the draw for round number 4, I get a pretty decent hand here. I'm gonna keep. Opponent is on a mull to 6. They're down to 5. Wow. Okay, that's an Urza's Saga deck. Okay, cool. I could play Strand, and then I could make it so Saga never learns. I could stifle the learn how to make friends. But I think we can handle a couple of Saga tokens. And I will put Psychic Frog. I think I'm going to put it into the graveyard. I think what I need are lands. And if they have Wasteland, then they don't get to make Saga Construct. So I'm guessing they have like a Soul Land. Nope. Okay, it's Mountain time. Is this Painter? Yep. Alright, cool. So next turn, they can fetch out their friend, the Grindstone. And I draw Force of Will. Unfortunately, I think I have to plow the Painter. I can Plow Painter and then Stifle Saga so they don't get to search. So their Saga's basically done nothing. I think I kind of dig that. Let's get a Tundra here. And let's just plow this. No reason to give them the opportunity to red blast this. It would at least right now cost them a monkey to do that. Okay, let's see if they float mana. I would assume they do. Okay, Stifle, Splat, Xing Bauble. So I can force that. I think I'm gonna force that pitching Uro here. If they have a red blast, it's kind of bad, but I think they would have used it on Stifle. 3 mana for they cast Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Sure, you have a 4/4. Ooh. So Wasteland is not bad. I think I just Wasteland the city. Keep them honest on lands here. They're on one card in hand. Here's when they drop their second Saga, and I feel silly. Okay, so we take 4, and now we can Leyline Bind the Dragon Engine. I think I'm just going to do it now because there's a chance I draw, like, I don't know, Ponder off of this Beanstalk. I don't, but that's fine. Okay, they concede. Yeah, it was a rough mulligan to 5, and we had the answers for what they were doing. They got nothing out of their Saga except a card out of my hand. Okay, Damping Sphere, maybe. The Blue Elemental Blast, certainly. Dress Down. I'm not sure I should have Dress Down here when I also have these. The Wrath of the Skies. It's kind of funny if you have Veil of Summer and they name blue, but probably not good enough. Okay. Probably don't want Murktide against the 6 Red Blasts deck. Stifle I can see. And then, like, I don't know, do you want Spell Bombs? They are like an engineer deck, so and a Goblin Welder deck, so Spell Bomb certainly is not without text. I think I want the 3rd Wasteland 2 versus Saga, actually. So there's a lot of things I want, and maybe not so many things I don't want. Do we want Dazes? Maybe we cut some Dazes. And I don't know. Is Life from the Loam good? That's like a card I have a really hard time evaluating. Okay, so maybe I cut the Last Days and like one of the Beanstalks. Oops. Oh no. Okay, so what I said, the Beanstalk, all the Dazes, the Murktide, and what was the last thing? Damn it. Beanstalk, 4 Dazes, Murktide. What did I just cut? Or did I just miscount? Really don't know. They are also probably a Magus of the Moon deck, so Dismember might be good. But we have the 2 Red Blasts here. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a decision here. The last cut. I feel like it's... damn. There's nothing I want to cut. Maybe I'll cut one of the Wrath of the Skies, because I also have to Dress Down, but I don't know. It doesn't feel good. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to be the Damping Sphere. I'm not even sure how good that card is versus Painter. Okay. I'm going to keep and hope not to get like a moon effect in my face on turn 1. Vexing Bauble, okay. And I think have to I have to get like basic island against the potential moon deck when I actually have that card in my deck. I think this was a mistake. I don't know how many spells they cast per turn, but probably not that many. And all this does it shuts off soul lands. Yeah, let's shuffle these. Okay, get a Misty Rainforest and go. There is Magus. Okay, so now we have to find Blue Elemental Blast, Hydroblast, or Dismember. Instead, I find more lands. Okay. And what's this? A Fable. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, quad Misty Rainforests. Thank you, deck. And unfortunately, 2 of the 3 answers I have are blue and get countered by a red blast. So I'm not super hopeful here. It looks like they have stuff to do here. Oof. Yeah, Goblin Engineer. They put Grindstone in the graveyard, and there is Painter. Okay. Time to draw Blue Elemental Blast or Nihil Spellbomb. And I didn't, so GG's. Okay, get rid of that Damping Sphere post-haste for the 3rd game here. And where is it? There it is. And what? The Dismember. Yeah, that's it. I didn't even have it in. I thought I had it in. So I was actually only drawing towards the Blue Elemental Blasts. Yikes. Okay, I'll keep this. We have the Dismember, so we can protect ourselves. And we have our 2nd land drop in Lorien revealed. Let's yeah, I don't hate Plow. We can draw one of those, and then like we can Lorien reveal the Tundra and Dismember a Magus. Okay. Hexing Bauble, sure. Could have been I was supposed to brainstorm there, I'm not sure. But if I don't find a land, then I can't get my 2nd land drop, which would be very unfortunate. I think I'll brainstorm now, though, because I want to be able to dress down. Oh, come on. Damn. I think I'm going to risk the biscuit, so to speak, here, and trying to find a 3rd land. Should have been more specific. Yeah, I guess this is okay. But I mean, if they have... What happens if they have a 2nd soul land and a Painter? Then I have Plow, and that will have to be my hope. So if they get Lava Spur Boots, then that's already a pretty big attack. That's 4, that's 5, that's 9. If nothing else happens. So let's see what they get here. Maybe Mox Opal. Yeah, like Mox Opal countering Dress Down next turn would be kind of brutal. Get Petal. Oh, and another Saga. Rough beats. Is there a world where I get I Leyline Bind here? Not Leyline Bind, what am I saying? A Psychic Frog to lure out the Red Blast. I'm like 1 white mana away from casting this as well, which is going to just wreck them. So I think I am incentivized to try and draw through the cards here. I'm going to try it. They probably have Red Blast. But at least like the Petal shrinks, like them using the Petal will shrink the constructs. Okay. That's not what happened. Like 1 more white mana. If I can draw a white mana source next turn, then that just completely destroys their board here. This is engineer. Sure. What do you search up? Probably get a painter here, right? Because you're getting the grindstone with the saga. Okay, I think I'm going to plow painter here. Just to not have any, like, not have all my spells be blue. We'll see if they let this happen. Then I can dismember their engineer if I need to. Which, I mean, obviously what I'm hoping to do here is draw another white source. Yeah, okay, they red blasted. That's not so good. Right now I can dismember and leyline binding to kill both their things. I think I'm gonna risk it here and cast a ponder to look for another land. God damn it, the mana in this deck is really biting me now. Yeah, unfortunately, I basically have to take this land to be able to, even though I really wanted a green or a white mana, like mana producing land, to be able to leyline bind for nothing. But let's let's kill whatever. Let's leyline bind the servant. And then let's kill this. But now that's my like one good answer to a Magus of the Moon. So if they have that, then it's Sad Panda. And I'm drawing a plow here. I think I really should have put Force of Will on top instead of the plow. Okay, they're making a friend. Would you look at this disgusting mana base? I'm just completely fucked. There's a grindstone. They have an engineer. There's the Magus. Fuck. Okay. Yep. GG's. Love this. Yep. No way, no how. I'm drawing a card. They have 6 power. So I'm drawing a card that's a plow. Then they attack me for 6. I'm at 6. Then I draw Force of Will. So, oh well. GG's. Good times were had by some. All right, on the play for the final round of this league. Let's see if we can get a positive record or not. Ugh. I think I'm actually gonna go against my intuition here and mulligan this, and instead I'm immediately punished. Damn. All right, I'll keep. This is This is the same hand with but one land worse off. Put away one of the ley lines. Really hope this Hedge Maze shows me a non-wasteland land on top, and at least I have Daze as a way of interacting. If my opponent is doing something like really detrimental to me, they also are on a mulligan to 6. Force of Will can go to the bottom, or to the graveyard rather. That tells my opponent either that I'm desperate for lands, which I am, no, or that I have Force of Will already. All right. Land? Yes, please. Never didn't have it. Ponder. And I'm going to shuffle this. I think I'm beginning to see that one surveilland is one surveilland 9 fetches is way better than what I have going on. Tundra Brainstorm. Is this a grief deck? Like Esper Scam or something? Why would you go Tundra Brainstorm? Interesting. Okay, I get lucky and draw Brainstorm, so I'm gonna cast that. Ooh, yes. Okay. Things are finally looking a little bit up here. Let's put away the Spell Bomb. I don't think this is a grief deck. And maybe it's... I think it's either Murktide or Leyline Binding. So either I can either be brave or a coward. I'm gonna be a coward. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't get the colors I want here. There's a beanstalk. You don't say, friendo. Yeah, let's daze this. I think I should have fetched. Okay, but now I can get Savannah and we have our colors sorted. I said and then drew Psychic Frog. Ribbit. Okay, let's see here. Do you also have days? Nope. Alright. Okay, Meticulous Archive. And they liked what they saw. So I'm going to Wasteland their Bayou here. And I'm going to do it before I do anything else. I think actually I'm probably just not going to cast anything here. I want to keep open Stifle. Yeah. No green mana for you. So is this Dreadnought Beans or just Bant Beans? Something Beans? I'm going to cast Brainstorm. I would like to get this Undercity Sewers exchanged for a fetch land. Alright, I'm going to just redraw this frog and then I'm gonna wasteland them. Wasteland their survey land. And pass. They have another land? No. Well, they may have, but they're casting a ponder. My bet is they don't have any more lands and they're looking for lands here. And are very happy I didn't daze that. They don't shuffle. So they find another land. But is it the correct kind of land? Okay, I'm gonna fetch Tundra here, I think. And I'm gonna play a frog, which will likely get plowed. That's okay. There are more frogs where that came from. Our attempt to disrupt their mana has been undone, and here we go. What is this? Another beanstalk? Yeah, you got it. So now the question is if I should be trying to leyline bind here, or if I should be looking for Force of Will. Because they have not forced anything. I would kind of assume they have one in hand. Let's get Sanders Lounge. Let's cast a Ponder. No Force of Will. I don't want the land. I'm going to shuffle these. Get a land anyways. I think I leyline bind here, or do I? They could just have a leyline binding of their own. But if that's the case, they won't get to draw a card when they cast it. Yeah, let's try this out. If they have Spell Pierce here, I'm gonna cry. Okay, they force, so they had the force, pitching another force. They draw a card from that. Now I get to draw a card. I draw and the Hill Spellbomb. I guess I'll play that. They could be an Uro deck. Okay, so we're kind of close to being even here, but if they have a leyline binding of their own to take out my Beanstalk, then it's a massive swing in their favor. They have Sanctuary here. What do they want back? They want Force of Will. And there's the Beanstalk. Damn it. So this looks like the mirror, to be honest. Okay. I think I'm gonna double frog here. And we'll see if that is a pretty good sort of place to be. We'll see if we can get them here. But I kind of expect them to be the ones getting me another force. Pitching Leovold, okay. Draw your card, you maniac. Plow, okay, concede. Instant concede. Not coming back from this. Okay, so this is a mirror of sorts. They have Leovold, which I don't. So what do we need? Veil seems decent. Consigned to Memory can counter leyline binding triggers, but not sure that's good enough. Carpet seems good. I'm not sure if I want all three. Honestly, I don't think I want all three. I want two. I don't think Spell Bomb is good enough. They might have Uro or they might not. And let's cut the Stifle. Okay, let's have a good one, please. Again with the Surveillance, but I'm gonna keep. We have some selection with the Surveillance, and we can go into like turn 2 Beanstalk. They kept 7 as well. Okay, let's go Hedge Maze. Murktide Regent. That seems like an awful long way away, but on the other hand, we don't have that many threats, and I'm gonna keep it. They have a Ketria Triome, so if they have if they have Scrubland next turn, they can one mana Leyline. Yeah, I'm gonna get an Underground Sea here, I think, or no, a Tundra, and then I'm gonna Beanstalk, and I'll yield and pass. Brainstorm, that's pretty good. That doesn't give them 1 mana binding here, so that's good. They put Wasteland into the graveyard. Okay, cool. Frog. Froggity frog. Do I want the frog over a Brainstorm? And then be able to like Brainstorm on top of the frog? I think I do. I think frog also, like if they have to plow next turn, they would need another white duel, and they obviously, I don't know if that's obvious. Maybe they have another one, but they played this one in rather than playing like a fetch land. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna Brainstorm here. If they have Bowmasters, no, they don't have black. Yeah, I'm gonna Brainstorm. Hope they hit Force of Will, and if not, then it's also okay. Right now they can 2 mana Leyline Bind the Beanstalk. Okay, and that's what's happening. Okay, well, we're only trading 1 for 1 right now, which is pretty good. And I hit a Daze, which because of what they just did means I'm gonna get to keep my frog. That's a deal. Okay, let's Daze this. Well, I mean they can Force of Will now, but then that's a lot of resources. And let's get, what do we get here? We probably get another Tundra. And then we attack. And I don't mind discarding basic island here. I think I want the rest of the cards in my hand. Draw a card. Ooh, up to Beanstalk. Yes, please. Undercity Sewers. Less excited about that. Now, if they spend a turn sort of taking out Frog, Ribbity Rot, black mana. So is this Leovold? Leovold would be tough. Thoughtseize. Okay. They take the Murktide. Understandable. Now I have nothing to trigger Beanstalk with, and if they can just take out my frog, then I'm kind of like not doing a lot. Yep, frog is out. But like any Beanstalk I draw now is really, really good. Not Beanstalk, I mean Leyline Binding. Crap. Okay, that might be good one day. Let's surveil here. I'll put Force on top. If they like get rid of my Force right now, then next turn I can hard cast the force. So, but what I'm really worried about is, I don't know, like their own, it's the third Leyline Binding really. What's this? Uro. Think I will plow this bad boy, which they know I have in hand. Okay, Uro's dead. Took a card out of my hand and replaced itself, which is not bad. Okay, Mystic Sanctuary for what? For the Thoughtseize deal. I'll hard cast. Oh, no, never mind. They're doing something right now. Leovold. Oh, crap. Crap on a crud. At least like Force of Will. I'm gonna hard cast Force of Will next turn when they cast Thoughtseize. And Leovold just says 1 per turn, right? Yeah. It's like the old way they templated these. So there we go. Thoughtseize. Gonna counter this and then draw a card because we're on your turn from my Beanstalk. See, maybe they have a force as their last card. That would be pretty cruel. Okay, I draw land. That's not great. Desperately need to hit Plow or Leyline Binding now. Or, you know, another land. That would also be great. Alright, pass. I hope they put a spell in the stack next turn so I can cast Force and draw a card. They're just passing. I think I'm going to get Sanders Lounge here. For the old 1 mana Leyline Binding. Something good. Hey, Ponder, which I can't. Well, I mean, I can cast it. I'm actually going to go down a card here to be able to like get some selection. There is a Leyline Binding. Okay, cool. Let's put that on top. And I'll play a land. So I take another 3. I'm at 7. So let's see here. Do they have any move to make? Any move worth making? Looks like they're doing something. Uro. Yeah, that's going to be a problem eventually. I think I cash in my force here. Maybe I shouldn't tap both of my Tundras because I am going to be drawing the Leyline here. Looks like that just happened. Not going to cast the Carpet right now. And I'm going to fetch and get Savannah. Then I'm going to pass and I'm going to Leyline Bind on their upkeep. Draw my card and hopefully get to take out Leovold. Okay, I draw Brainstorm. Oh no! Okay, they have force. I can't even like Hail Mary Brainstorm. Alright, GG's opponent. Okay, we lost the mirror. We lost the final round. So after an encouraging start, I kind of ran off the rails here. I don't know. Like, this deck feels really fun and really sweet. The mana base feels kind of ridiculous. I think, like I was mentioning, I think having like 3 enter the battlefield tap lands here is 1 too many, and I think I just didn't realize that. So I think I'm gonna like trust the builder of this deck and like take out Undercity Sewers and put in Scalding Tarn or Polluted Delta or whatever, and that's probably an improvement. I think Dampening Sphere, I'm just not in love with that card. I don't know what it really is great against currently. I mean, I guess it's good against the Eldrazi deck, so maybe that is a reason to have it. Yeah, but other than that, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I will be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.